has a story about how they belong to a place, and these stories are connected to other people's stories in fascinating ways. For Be the Street, we're interested in the stories of people who live and work in the Hilltop community in Columbus, Ohio.
If you go far enough back in people's family histories, pretty much everyone at some point came from somewhere else. In a sense, we're all migrants. And the Hilltop has a wonderful blend of people who've been there for generations and people who just recently came to the neighborhood.
What's exciting about the Hilltop is that it's a place of many people. Be the Street is a way for students and faculty across the arts and humanities at Ohio State to connect with people outside the university so that we can learn from each other.
So to help us do that, we have invited the Albany Park Theater Project to come and do a series of workshops with Ohio State faculty and students. Albany Park has about 20 years experience working, devising community theater in communities, with communities, for communities, and they're internationally renowned. So we were very honored that they agreed to take us on as one of their projects.
Albany Park Theater Project is a multi-ethnic theater ensemble. We're based in the Albany Park neighborhood on the northwest side of Chicago. It's one of the most diverse communities, not just in the city of Chicago, but in the entire country. And we are a youth theater company that creates, devises original performances inspired by the real life stories of immigrant and working class communities in Chicago. When you're devising work together as an ensemble, you're really sharing all the different aspects of ownership over the creation of artwork.
We're stronger together than we are solo, right? And each of us brings our own individual gifts and talents and skills, but what's really beautiful about devising is that you're doing it with a community, with a wealth of knowledge, with a bunch of hearts, a bunch of souls and brains that are coming together.
It's really important to use a lot of movement exercises for us to really honor the experience that your storytellers are going to have, which is constantly being engaged physically.
And it's like right now is the time to heal. Right now is using art as a way to heal a community, heal a nation, bring the nation together.
That you don't need to be a trained dancer or a trained musician or a trained actor in order to have something to say and to find through performance a really great vehicle for that expression.
I know, seriously, I was like, we're staying right here. You can see it's right here.
It's been a privilege to be with all these people for the past, whatever it's been, 3 or 4 months. Learning about how we can move our body and how we act together. It's been a wonderful experience.
I had fun just interacting with each other and seeing what each other would do back from, I might do a movement and see what kind of movement they're going to do back to me. And I enjoyed that.
Recipe Recipe for a Survivor. In a bowl, whip a cup of independence until stiff peaks form. Be patient. A survivor requires care, precision, and persistence before appearing.
Add a tablespoon of spice, hot and sweet and unexpected flavor. Makes every batch of Survivor unique.
Gently pour 3.5 cups of relaxation into the mixture. It should smell like lavender, eucalyptus, fresh soft cotton, and your grandma's sugar cookies.
Stir 3 times to the left and 3 times to the right. Make sure the mixture is balanced.
Next, add 3 liquid ounces of compassion until a light green color is achieved. Then set your bowl to the side.
Take 60 pounds of grateful and add it by the handful. It is important to do everything with your hands. Cooking, kneading, praying, hugging, and holding.
Next, add 5 feet of attitude. Make it strong, loud, and in your face.
I just think my favorite part about all of this was just getting to know everybody a little better. And it's not like, it wasn't like something I dread, like most things I have to do. Where I'm like, oh my gosh, we have to go to this theater class. I'm like, yay, today's theater. So I think this was just really exciting. And we always did like fun activities.
When you said you were sorry for making mountains out of molehills, it was the first time in over a year you sounded genuine. The word sorry had escaped your lips so many times before it started to lose sound. I know we are no longer on the same plane of ground. I have risen, become a transformed phoenix from the ashes of hope I held on to so tightly. And you lay in the dirt, refuse to use your legs to stand. The worms have adopted you as their own brother.
There was days where, like, I would be so just down and just like depressed and like not want to do anything and like come in and just be like all angsty. But then like after we would do like our workshops or after we would like run through things, like I would just leave feeling so much better about myself. And as like the progress like went along and like as our whole show started to come together, you know, there were definitely moments of like, is this gonna actually happen? But then like, you know, we got to the point where it's like, wow, this is really amazing.
Fried green tomatoes.
Ooh, cheese steak.
Ice cream.
Pizza.
Survivors.
Oh! Pizza with ice cream on a hot Sunday.
Eggplant.
Amazing coffee.
I come from the Franklin Heights HARTC program. I come from winding up and letting go.
I think I would say the best part about theater might be just the overall imagination that you get to put into it, and just sharing things that you wouldn't normally share or know how to share with somebody except for doing this.
I was going to be the dog, but my sister always wanted to be the dog, so she cried.
Wah.
And the dog was a hat, and I was going to be it, so she took it.
Yoink.
So I played a thimble. And we played for hours. All of a sudden, my brother declared himself as winner.
I win.
But my mother said,
Nah.
To you have been a constant. By that I mean you have always been there, you have always existed. You have been the sun shining, uplifting the night, the darkness, the pain that I couldn't overcome. You have been my rock and my assailant. I need you and I hate you. Amazing. And I've discovered a passion for a different type of theater.
Well, see, what I learned about this whole experience is that You know, theater isn't just about being on a stage and acting and this and that, but it's more about being as like a family to say, and you know, being able to share your stories with everyone, not being judged, and it's kind of like a family type stuff.
I want to forgive you. I want to forget everything that we've been through. You say you love me and respect me, but I just can't. You know everything about me and you just did against me. Now is just not the time to be together. Sincerely, Sarah.
Thanks, Ivy. Bye, Brandy.
Peace, Javon.
Later, Cheyenne. Bye, Summer.
Blank pages are all that remain.
We fill them up with some concrete paper.
3, 2, 1. Best foot forward.
I can really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now.
Our most recent lockdown was about 2 weeks ago, and it was happened at the most crazy time, because in a lockdown regardless, you're trying to hear the sound. God forbid I'm trying to teach in my classroom, and they say lockdown, and we're in the hallways and it's lunchtime. And it's not the time when you want to hear lockdown, and apparently there'd been a murder the night before. The next day they found out where he was. SWAT team came. It was right in front of our school. And you just hear lockdown, you see security guards running down the hallway, screaming it. Kids are all in the hallway, they're shoving them into classrooms. So they have to take the whole front of the building, move them to the back side of the building, in case the gunshot went off and came through the building. Even our office personnel had to go into a safe closet space. It's just terrifying, especially at that moment that there was a lockdown, because it's just chaos throughout the whole building. You can all feel it. It's terrifying.
Gun violence, it's a never-ending thing. And being at school alone, I shouldn't have to feel insecure. I should feel welcomed in a place where I should be able to grow as a person, not feel confined and trapped.
The biggest thing I learned from in Be the Street is that it's okay to trust people. It becomes really hard to open up to others when you just live in this really bad area. And I get such a bad rep, but there's like so many good things that get split in this area, like our theater programs and programs like this that just come into our neighborhood. It's like really helpful to a lot of the kids around here. So thank you all for coming out and helping.
Thank you, Karie.
Waste of time.
Waste of time. Waste of time.
I just kind of learned that. So when I was being bullied and stuff at school, I always felt like I was alone. Like nobody else knew what I was going through. But going through this process, I've heard other people's stories and seen that I'm not alone. It's actually more common than it is not.
Yeah.
So.
West High School hopes. West High School hopes dreams for more passionate teachers. West High School hopes, Paloma.
For more emotional and psychological support for students and staff.
West High School hopes.
Friendship.
West High School hopes. West High School hopes.
To be more than its members.
West High School hopes. Okay.
For better vegetarian options.
West High School hopes.
Safe and secure.
West High School hopes.
Very much more
West High School hopes. Very more like that. West High School hopes.
No longer fear of gun violence.
Yo creo que hicimos un grupo muy bonito, hicimos una familia y lo que más me gustó fue convivir con todos ustedes, me llevo un bonito recuerdo y grandes amigos.
Mi país, Colombia.
El olor a primo de Navidad.
El estadio de
es una gran oportunidad, más porque soy una persona de 66 años, orgullosamente lo digo, y porque te da la inquietud de participar en algo que nunca se presentó en la vida.
Tu mirada, tus besos, tus ansias, son cosas que llevo ahora y siempre, siempre muy adentro de mi corazón.
Ya en el grupo me sentí muy en confianza y como que las herramientas que ustedes nos dieron, la verdad es que me hicieron como que abrirme.
Qué bien.
¿Qué dirías?
Alma. Bienvenida por Alma. Alma es su bienvenida. Construir una familia. Mi medalla de la Virgen de Guadalupe.
Todos mis hijos en un mismo lugar.
Y construir un lenguaje que nos une. El centro de Guadalupe. Escuchar a mi madre diciendo:
Siempre para adelante, para atrás y para agarrar impulso.
El centro Guadalupe.
Mamá.
Deseos de apuntar. El mar. El sol. El café de mi Colombia. El lugar donde nací.
Francisco.
La iglesia.
Cintia.
Mi casa. El Guadalupe.
Omar.
No entender el idioma.
Selene.
Pero encontrar una familia.
Sentir que de nuevo
Alma.
Montserrat.
Bienvenida por Alma.
Hola.
Alma, su bienvenida.
Construir una familia.
Nicole.
Mi medalla de la Virgen de Guadalupe.
Todos mis hijos en un mismo lugar.
Mía.
Y construir un lenguaje que nos une.
Y construir un lenguaje que